welcome to our Plugs Community Connection. I am your host, DJ Kitty Cat, with my sister co-host, Miss Morningstar, on WKRA 92.7 FM The Change. If you're looking for the best in news, current events, community outreach programs, and shopping connections, you've come to the right place. We've got a great mix of content and community connections lined up for you this evening, along with special guest interviews. So, grab your favorite drink of choice, turn up the volume, and let's get into it.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. WKRA 92.7 The Change. I am your host, DJ Kitty. I'm here with my sister, my co-host, Mrs. Morningstar. We come from Our Plugs, a community connection. Thank you for joining us this morning. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Well, we got through Monday. That was a great day.
Oh, yeah.
It was a busy day, but we got through Monday. Good morning, sis. How are you?
Hello. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I am well. Happy to be here, as always.
As always, it's good to see you. It's good to hear your voice. It is a beautiful day that God has allowed us to wake up and be a part of this phenomenon called life. And so go grab your drink, get you something good to drink, some water, orange juice, coffee, tea, whatever, suits your palate. And come on in. We've got some exciting hosts today. We've got some exciting guests, rather. We're going to talk to a couple vets, and I always love talking to veterans. That is my go-to. It reminds me of my family, so that is a no-brainer for me. And then we also have Reggie, who always brings so much knowledge. So today is a good day. And regardless of whatever has happened, you woke up this morning, so you have a chance to make things right or better, or however you want to see it. So, as usual, before we get started, we say our daily morning affirmations, and those are brought to us from our affirmation queen, Mrs. Morningstar. So, Mrs. Morningstar, what have you got for us today?
So I think this affirmation may be familiar. I want to say we've done it before, but it's okay to do it again because it's important. It's important in the message that I want us to stay focused on today. We're talking to leaders and we're talking to veterans. So it's about personal growth.
Yes.
So in this affirmation, it starts off with saying, I am capable of achieving my goals. I am confident in my abilities. I am worthy of happiness and success. I am learning and growing every day. I am strong and capable. I'm resilient and can overcome challenges. I am making positive changes in my life. I am making positive choices for my future. I am grateful for my strengths and my talents. I am kind to myself and others. I am on my way to becoming the best version of myself. You guys, tell yourself that if you can, as much as possible. You know how they say, speak it into existence. Speak it. The more we speak it, the more it becomes reality.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's best to speak positivity over your life. The minute you allow some negative to enter your atmosphere, no matter what it is, it changes, your outlook for the day. So regardless of what's going on, take a deep breath and be thankful because we woke up. We're above ground versus below. So today is an opportunity to be happy, an opportunity to be satisfied with what's going on with us as well as your family. And so take this time to sit back and look at yourself and say, I appreciate me, because God knows it is a blessing to be you. So let's get started on the weather. It is going to be absolutely beautiful today. Holly Springs, you are looking at 79 degrees for your high and a low of 48 degrees, sunny. You got winds coming out of the west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. You know, I'm a 70s baby, so that's always a good, even though 79 is, you know, getting up there to the 80s, but 70
I
is
like
always
it. I
good.
still
I do
like it.
too. I do
Yeah.
too. At Memphis, Tennessee, we're looking at 79 degrees with a low of 49 degrees and sunny. You got some afternoon showers coming through. You got winds coming out of the west northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then Houston, H is for Houston, H is for hot, 88 degrees. But the low of 65 is going to be foggy this morning, sunny this afternoon. We've got winds coming out of the south southeast, 10 to 20 miles per hour. It's going to be a hot summer. I'm just going to tell y'all now, it's going to be a hot summer. So that means stay hydrated. And that is very important, staying hydrated and touching grass. Of course, get you some vitamin D in, but hydration is key. Even in the winter months, you need to stay hydrated. So if you're listening to my voice, take a sip of your water right now. That's the best thing. And every time you think about water, or find you a trick or something that's going to remind you daily to take a sip and keep drinking your water.
Put a water app on your phone.
Absolutely.
That helps. They're free. It's an app you can download. They have tons of them. It'll beep on your phone and remind you at a certain time to drink some water.
Yes.
So
whatever works, as long as you are staying hydrated, because, as we age, the water is what's needed most. Yes, drinks are great, sodas, not so much, but juice and all that. But you can't beat water, because that, y'all know where it came from, directly from God, although they're bottling it and selling it now. But that's a whole nother story. We're not even going to get into it. We're not going to get into it. Mrs. Morningstar, why don't you go ahead and start with current events today?
Yeah, so you know what? I want to talk about some positive stuff because I know we got a few, we got some stuff going on in the administration, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So, rapper Mia X. Y'all remember who Mia X was?
Mm-hmm.
She was a No Limit Soldier. She was part of that whole crew back in the 90s. So, rapper Mia X, known as the mother of Southern rap, has been awarded an honorary doctorate of philosophy and humanitarianism. The award was signed by former Joe Biden, go Joe, recognizing her contributions to humanitarian work, philanthropy work, and community service. I always say that name wrong.
Okay.
Mia rose to fame in the 90s as the first lady of Master P No Limit Records, where she delivered a gold album, sold out concerts, collabed with many of artists from Snoop Dogg, beyond her success, and many more. Mia has become a powerful advocate for humanitarian work, earning praises through her dedication to community service. I didn't know she was doing all this. It's wonderful.
It is.
Let's see. I'm just gonna skip through some of it. She had a battle in 2010. She had a battle with uterine cancer and suffered a complication during surgery, which actually left her with 73% vision in one eye.
Wow.
Yeah. So despite those challenges, she continued to inspire with her strength and dedication to both music and humanitarian work. And she got her doctorate. I am so proud of her. And in her comment, she said that in a heartfelt message, she put on her cap and gown, dressed up, and said, "I pray my parents and grandparents are proud of me from heaven."
Oh,
I thought that was so sweet.
that is sweet. That is. Congratulations.
Yeah. Who say you can't be awesome and a rapper? Because I love me some Mia X. What?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. No limit.
So
we're down here in the South, dirty South.
Yeah, so, honey.
That was Master P was the 90s, early 2000s. That was
he was the 90s taking
that was
over.
Yes, taking over
That was the time.
Yes. Taking over.
So
What? Go ahead.
another good article I came across, which is really positive, is a Black teen from Georgia accepted to 60 colleges,
Wow.
secured 1.1 million in scholarships. This young man, Martavius Presley, 17 years old, African American student from Douglas County, Georgia, secured $1.1 million in scholarships, offered more than 60 colleges and universities, including Morehouse, Howard, and the University of Alabama.
Has he decided where
Okay.
to go? That is amazing.
My skin is, I
I
got chills. I
know.
love to hear this about my young men and women. And
Yes.
when it's, I know I just be thinking about my baby's times next year. And I'm like, oh, please let her get some.
Yes.
But known to his friends as they call him LeBron, Presley has excelled at academics, demonstrated strong leadership. He's on the Honor Society. He's in the Future Business Leaders America. He's vice president to the Student Government Association of his senior class.
That's awesome.
This young man is busy. I'm reading all of his accomplishments. He is well on his way. He is well on his way. And he has so much to look forward to.
Mm-hmm. I love to see it. I love to see our young people get out there and go get it. It makes me proud. Yeah, it makes my heart smile because you've got so much opportunity, and why not go get it? Go do everything that you want to do. Why not? Please do.
Because sometimes we hear stories of kids going the opposite way, and they love to highlight those negative stories and not speak on our children that are being activated and successful and doing the right thing. We need to give them more acclimates and push them to their greatness, because those are future leaders.
Absolutely. And I don't expect them to report on our children. It's up to us. It's up to us to put spotlight on our babies, because unfortunately you and I, we all know that their narrative will never amount to anything, but we are Black excellence, and our young men and women who get out here and go to school and make us all proud, hands down, I'm super happy about that. Do you have any other stories you want to?
That was, well, you know what? The last thing I came across was, actually, you probably saw it too, was in our private signal group with our new community we speak with, about the Dawn Stanley. She's a basketball coach for she's a women's basketball coach, and so Elon, call him Elon.
Yeah.
I was about to slip up.
Yeah.
Elon Musk, that one. He donated he donated some money to them, like $10 million. She turned it down.
I don't blame her.
She said, you know what?
That is okay.
It was nice. Thank you, but no thank you. She said that money you can take and do something that's going to impact the community, impact people who really need it. Donate that money to people who are suffering right now, like people you're firing and they're losing their jobs, and people losing their benefits, stuff like that. How about you take $10 million and put it towards resources to help them?
Good for her. Good for her. That's strong leadership right there, because it's easy to take the money, but how do you sleep at night? How do you live with yourself? Knowing that you've got to be in a certain class and they only want a few of us that they think are the good ones. Oh, let me give you a few dollars, so I can put you on. No, thank you. No,
but
thank
Kitty,
you.
That's what they like to do. They like to throw
exactly
money at us. And I want my people to be like this. I want us to get stronger and be able to say, you know what? There ain't enough money for me to be a sellout or sell my soul. Nah, we'll get it. We'll make that money up. Go ahead and take that money somewhere else.
I mean, if you really cared, you wouldn't be doing the things that you're doing. So kudos to her for standing on business and standing on her business instead of folding like we see some people do. And those people, I don't even think about them, because Harriet. So Harriet. She told us. Okay, you don't even have to say anything besides
Enough
hearing.
said. Enough
Enough
said.
said. So
But that was it for me. Go ahead.
I have a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. Number one, I'm going to give condolences to the first Black Republican woman elected to Congress. Her name is Maya Love. She was 49. She passed away this Sunday. She was a representative out of Utah, 4th Congressional District from 2015 to 2019. She had brain cancer. And although we are on two completely opposite sides of the political realm, um, my condolences goes out to her and her family. You know, to lose a loved one, it just hurts, period. So
Very young too.
yes, very
Very
young,
young.
49, you know, still
49
got a
years
lot of
old.
life, but,
Wow.
you know, our stories are written, so you make your impact while you're here. Again, my condolences to her and her family and those who cared and loved for her. So then let's go ahead and move on to the Department of Health and Human Services canceled $180 million in contracts, including 170,000 dedicated to Dr. Fauci. Doge announced this. They were so happy that they came in within 48 hours and canceled 62 contracts, $180 million. Doge, how much of that you just canceled? How much is that's going to go to Elon? Almost slipped up. Elon Musk, because there's always, it seems like you're canceling everybody, but then you're still giving him, he stands to accept these contracts. And for what? For what is he doing to, yeah, on it's just a
Modern
mess.
day Robin Hood, right?
Yeah.
Well, in
No,
the
not
sense,
Robin Hood,
not Robin
because
Hood.
Robin
Robin
Hood
Hood
gave
actually
back
took from the rich and
robbery.
gave to the poor.
Yeah, this is just a
They are
modern day.
opposite. They're those the what I call the Decepticons, the oligarchs, the ones that
Yeah.
rob from the poor, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So then well, we've all seen, I don't know if who hasn't seen, but we on social media have seen that JD Vance and Pete Hegseth and what's they're upset with Elon. So there's been,
Hmm.
text messages, and there's been communications, and they're talking about Elon.
Mm.
I'm quite sure the administration, as we knew would happen, are up in arms because all of a sudden, it seems like there's some cracks going on. There's a little contention. There's a little folks are upset. I think Vance is upset because, he said I
Mm.
am the vice president. He's a little upset. The girls are fighting. Yeah, the girls are fighting.
I'm biting down on my tongue.
I know you are, because we're not gonna laugh. We're gonna laugh on commercial break, though. I am going to get my 47 giggles on commercial break. Um,
Girl
and then
fight.
we had in Austin, Texas, somebody decided to put some devices that go boom in a Tesla uh, showroom, and they found them, and thank goodness, because I don't want anybody to get hurt. But for whatever reason, I don't get it. I think that people may be just a little upset with Elon,
I think they
because
mad,
I
y'all.
think
I
I think
think
they
they
might be
mad.
mad.
I don't
You think?
think all these cyber situations, these cyber boom booms and fire, I don't think it's coincidental. I think
Yeah,
somebody mad.
it sounds like it.
I
It
think
sounds
somebody
like the
mad.
people are upset. They want to change their vote now. They're uh,
Too late. Ain't
fires
nothing you can do.
setting on the charging stations on fire, and Elon, and he just doesn't understand why. I'm sorry, he doesn't
Yeah, he was
understand
a little
why.
emotional.
He's a
I'm gonna
little
have to play Carl. Remember
emotional.
that song by Carl Thompson? I'm
Yeah,
emotional. That's
I'm
it.
an emotion. Yeah, he's Vivian Green comes to mind. Emotional roller coaster. You're a little
Hmm.
emotional because you don't understand why people are upset, because you come in and you started firing folks, and we don't, sorry for that. I'm not sorry. You get what you get and you don't have a fit. Elon, maybe stop messing with people. You and your Doge buddies, the toddlers, you
Pikachu.
guys, you know, you if you don't understand why this is happening to you, maybe just maybe talk to the people that you fired and see if they can explain it to you. These people have bills and food, and you're trying to strip away everything. So I anticipate, because the stocks are going down, baby, um, that you will have many sleepless nights, and that's tough for you. These are the opinions of DJ Kitty and DJ Kitty alone that I am expressing,
Miss
not the
Morningstar too.
oh, Miss Morningstar as well.
You know what?
Not
I just want to
not
say,
the
Elon,
opinion.
if you're listening, if you're out
If
there,
you're
buddy, if
listening,
you hear us, if you can hear us, buddy, listen, take some advice from us. We're watching from the outside looking in. Just give it up. Go ahead and leave. Go back to Tesla. Go straighten that out.
well,
Save your
they
company.
had a meeting, and he's begging his people not to dump their stocks. But
No, go and save your company, bro. When,
you know,
you can turn your back on us. That's okay.
you don't have to bother us at all. Maybe if you
No.
stop bothering people in their jobs and their livelihoods, maybe people would stop bothering you. But anywho,
All right, Elon.
we
I
are
hope you got this message. Y'all pass the message on to somebody know.
I don't know anybody let me you are listening to Our Plugs, the community
We cutting up.
connection. We are cutting up just a little bit, WKRA. Our listeners, we cut up sometimes. It's okay.
A little bit, y'all.
Sometimes you gotta laugh to keep from crying, because it doesn't make sense to any of us. But we will be right back after this quick commercial break. You're listening to Our Plugs, the community connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, yes, this is my nonprofit, Carter's Caring Hands. And what my nonprofit does, we give fresh food boxes to those families in need that's struggling to keep food on their tables. We also go out into the unhoused community, give out care bags here in the Kalamazoo, Michigan area. So if you'd like to donate to the cause, please go to www.carterscaringhands.com and donate whatever you can, so we together can uplift those families that's struggling to keep food on their tables. Highly appreciated. God bless.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ashley Middleton, life and executive leadership coach and owner of Radiate Coaching and Development, where we provide transformational, strength-based coaching and mentorship. My goal specifically is to support you in identifying your mission, your vision, and your values that help you take your power back as you are building your career. Whether it's within or outside of the corporate world, my goal is to really empower you in making decisions that work well for you. So if you want to reach out to me, by all means, you can email me at radiate@midspiration.com or check out my website at radiatecoaching.com.
Hi, I'm Tori, www.saysomething.biz, and let's say something together.
Welcome to a world that sparkles. Sparkle Cakes LLC takes custom to a whole new level. You are guaranteed to find a gift for that special someone, or even a customized gift for yourself. So head on over to my Etsy shop, Sparkle Cakes LLC, and start your personalized order today. I'll be waiting to hear from you. Have a great day.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the community connection. I am your host, DJ Kitty. I'm here with my co-host, Mrs. Morningstar, on WKRA 92.7. We want to say good morning to the chat on YouTube. Good morning to our listeners out in Memphis and Holly Springs and all over who's tuning in this morning. We have a wonderful show. This morning we're going to speak with some vets. And let's go ahead and pull DC up. Let's go ahead and get him on the stage.
Get DC
and
up. My brother.
Good morning.
Good morning,
morning.
DC.
Hey,
How
DC.
are you?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Doing just fine.
Doing great.
I wanted to say something, Miss Morningstar, kind of when she was talking about the young man with all the scholarships and offers to go to college. I wanted to give a personal shout out to my nephew. Graduated high school with a 4.6 and had
Whoop, whoop.
many offers to go to college.
Yes.
And he accepted a full ride scholarship over $100,000 to Howard University. So he chose
Yes.
the HBCU, and he's pursuing a bachelor's in nursing. And I just wanted to recognize him and say, nephew, I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of
Yes,
you too,
absolutely.
nephew.
Absolutely.
That's
Nephew.
amazing.
Yes, it is. I love to hear it. I love to hear it. That's what
The
it's about.
blessings. I'm
That's what it's
telling you, they
about.
are our future. That's
They
what
are.
we need them. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes, yes. And oh man, that gives me chills because
Me too. I love it.
our babies are doing it and they're making us proud. We are our ancestors, and when they achieve, they make
Wildest
the
dreams.
yes wildest dreams. The when they make the right decisions to go and do what they need to do, you can't do anything besides just love it and give them all the praise. You know.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
anywho, yes, thank you, DC, for sharing that. Wow, these
Yeah,
young
that just
people.
that's amazing.
So, DC, who do you have with you tonight? I know we've got some fierce veterans out there that, we love our vets. That's just
Oh,
bottom.
guys, and let's mention Aligo is out today.
Oh,
So
yes. D-
DC is going to cover, Veterans Voice. He's a veteran as well. So,
uh,
Absolutely. We are supporting Ali Gold. He's out doing his black job.
that's
So
hey,
right.
we want to make sure that we support him
Yes.
in his quest to take care of his business, and
yeah,
we're gonna make sure that he's covered on his six by the team.
He's out
absolutely.
this morning. Sorry,
That's
guys. Yeah, he's
that's how
out
we
this
do it.
morning
That's how we
doing
do
his
it.
thing. Yes.
Yes, yes. And so this morning, DC is going to cover for Ali. And DC, we're going to speak with Free to Be Me,
Absolutely.
Freedom. So let's go ahead and bring Freedom up,
Freedom
Miss
up.
Morningstar.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Gotcha.
Good morning, Freedom.
Good morning.
Can you guys hear me?
We
Yes, we
can.
can.
Hi,
Okay.
Freedom.
Hi. You
Hi,
How
said good
are
morning,
Freedom.
and I
you?
was like, wait a minute, where are we? What time zone are we in?
Yes, yes, yes. So I know DC has some questions for you, but I want to say before we get started, thank you. I know we reached out, and so I just appreciate you taking the time to come and speak with us. Our community loves to hear from veterans. Your voices are past important, so important to the community. So thank you for your service and thank you for showing up this morning because we're taping for the morning show. So um welcome Freedom. So DC, I'm gonna go on mute and let you go ahead and run the show.
Absolutely, absolutely. Welcome, Freedom. If you could please tell us a little bit about your military service and your background, so we understand.
Oh, sure, sure. So, I was United States Navy, where I went in as an ocean system technician, which basically studies storms. But while I was in boot camp, they canceled the rate out, so I had to make a decision in 24 hours, and I chose a yeoman, which led to LN, which is a legal men field, and I started helping with legal matters in the Navy. I did my time in the Navy, and then I went to FEMA. Then I went to DOD. Then I went to um, USAID, which is my longest time, and then I went to Department of State, where I was a foreign service officer, and I helped with a lot of crises that we've had over the last, I guess you could say, 15 years, because I've been in since Bush in the federal government. Um, my background through some of the GI Bill, I got the old GI Bill, so I wasn't as fortunate as some of you, but I have a international relations master's degree focusing in international law. So I've helped with a lot of law stuff, analyzing, sorry, some kids are coming by, I'm outside. I've helped with a lot of law or government accountability analysis of weapons sales to human rights issues in various countries from Africa to East Asia Pacific.
I'll tell you what, Freedom, I've actually participated in a few panels where you were on board. And wow, you are a dynamic speaker, and you're coming from a factual point of view. So we're just going to dive right into it. I mean, what is your perspective of what we're witnessing today within our national government, and our reach across the borders into foreign countries? I mean, what do you see going on here?
I see, and a lot of people laugh when I say this. I see the beginning of, because I was actually raised in Germany. I'm an Army brat as well. So I was actually raised in Germany. And I do see everything that everyone is saying. Okay, everyone is talking about when it comes to World War II, the beginning of Hitler's reign. I do see that. I do see that. But I also see elements of communism on a much more authoritarian realm. I don't know if a lot of people know it, but there's no more elections in China. Mao changed that in 2015. And one of the key elements that I saw that really caused the crash of China for a very long time and Cambodia is that they got rid of the education system. It's called the purist effect. That's when they get rid of anything that they see as foreign. That was in the Great Leap Forward in year zero. And they converted things to the identity of being that nation or that nationality. And a lot of times that did end up in some form of violence and trying to purify the country. So, for example, I don't know if everybody remembers Pol Pot in the Khmer Rouge.
Absolutely.
So part of that was they kicked out all of anything that was foreign, external, and even if you were an educator within that realm, you were persecuted. So we're seeing that happen in a PG version of persecuting U.S. government employees and doing as much harm, including what I consider, my husband's a veteran too, we consider it psychological warfare and really breaking them down. It's irrelevant if I worked under Bush the first time, Trump the first time, and it's really irrelevant if the courts deem it unjustified. The goal is to break the employee down so bad that it causes them to not want to go in the federal government. And then it creates a form of distrust because who's doing that to them? It's the federal government. So I also have planes over me. We live near an airport. My husband's a pilot too. Did I see pilot wings on you? Did I see, are you a pilot?
Yeah, we're representing the aviation side of things on this side too.
Yeah, my husband, he flew HAC 60s. He also flies fixed wings now. He flies the Pilatus. He flies private jets. But he works for the federal government. So we are on a target list, I guess you could say right now. We're waiting to see if he'll have a job for very long. He's thinking about going to the commercial airlines because he's just over it at this point. But the gist of this is I do see the breakdown in government, and I've just seen it so many times that I do feel I've been in an anxiety state since Obama, to be honest with you. I've been in a state of anxiety since Obama because I saw the signs coming that were opening up the gate to allow people to exploit democracy. And I didn't see enough action being from our government and society to stop it. I do feel that it's going to crash pretty hard. I'm sorry. I know that's not the most positive thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all can attest that what we're seeing is the Project 2025 coming to fruition. You know, some of the things that the elements of Project 2025 when it comes to breaking our military down to sycophants. We witnessed it when he fired the head of the Joint Chiefs. The only two minorities as part of the Joint Chiefs were dismissed of duty. We're also witnessing people being placed in positions that are totally unqualified to be in those positions. So, I
You're
definitely
absolutely
understand.
right. You're absolutely right. And I was actually part of the DEIA team in the federal government. And what they're classifying as DEIA, the mere fact that they took the definition on it, out of it, they ignored the training. We had annual training on it. The mere fact they took the definition out and ignored what you were trained on to rename it as something else. And even federal employees who want to because Trump employees never left. A lot of them never left. He did try to get them permanently instated the first time, but the renaming of DEIA is in itself your sign of what the attempt is going to be.
Yeah, it's remarkable. I served during the Reagan era, and then somewhat into the Bush, all the way through to the Bush era. Um, the the climate of the military, and what we were, focused on as warriors, was against Russia. When I came in, it was at the height of the Cold War, and our primary focus was Russia was our enemy. And to see our president, become bedfellows with a dictator, it's very disheartening, to witness what's going on today in our
Well,
in our country.
it's actually going to be worse than that. It's going to be worse than that because when he was in the first 4 years, I worked on the South Korea desk for a little bit through military means. I was part of a team called Early Warning, Early Action. And he actually offered to withdraw funds or to withdraw our troops in South Korea and China. I'm sorry, Japan. Come here, baby. Sorry, I'm at the park with my daughter. Um, um, if they didn't pay an increase in military, what people don't know is we have a military agreement with most countries,
Right.
and those countries actually pay us to be there. They pay us to be there. And he threatened to raise the price of our military agreement. It's renewed every 5 years most of the time. And he threatened to raise it so high that South Korea was not going to be able to afford it. And if they didn't pay it, we were going to withdraw our 28,500 troops from South Korea. And I think we have around 50,000 troops in Japan. That's leaving them open for North Korea and China. That's leaving them open for Russia, even because Russia, China, and North Korea have a pact that they
Right.
have had forever. They have a love hate, but we're still married, toxic relationship. So that is a big concern of mine. I can see us withdrawing troops. I'm not quite sure what the purpose of all this was going to be on how he wants people to target, but also in Europe he was doing misinformation campaigns there as well. So he was trying to install dictators or people who aligned with his views in those other countries as well. So if you have that alignment in foreign countries, where those people are collaborating with Russia, and then you have our country who's sympathizer in collaborating with Russia, where does that leave the world in stability and global peace? Where does that leave it?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's quite obvious just based on his movements. He's a quid pro quo guy. He has a price tag that he's willing to put on anything, including our nation's sovereignty. Um, One thing I did wanted to touch base on with you, with your
DC, can I ask a question before you go
sure, sure,
off
absolutely,
the subject? Let me ask Freedom a question. So we all see what's happening, and you sound you sound so knowledgeable. I've been on a couple panels with you with Ali Gold, and I've listened to you speak, and I know that the foreign part of all of this. What can happen to stop him? Let's just that I just have to ask Freedom, what could possibly happen to stop him?
The leopard has to eat its own face. At this point, we are too far for anything to stop him on a political range other than us getting the House back. That's one
Yeah,
way. But at what cost and what damage? See, that's everybody talks about just getting an election back. My thing, or getting the country back. My concern as someone who dealt with conflict and civil wars and stuff like that is at what cost? Who's
Yeah.
going to be hurt in most of these cases of disruption in society or violence? Um, the most vulnerable are the disabled, the
Hmm.
homeless, children, senior citizens, then women. And in that spectrum, you can add color or ethnicity always, 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 because then there's another level of that. But and I think about single moms. I have several friends who are single moms that work for the federal government,
Yeah.
and
So,
this
so
has to come to a head in which the people who elected him suffer and get mad that they retaliate back on him if on the bigger picture. But other than that, we have to have an actual liable Congress. And I don't even know how that's going to go. If he's
yeah.
brainwashed so many people, how are they going to retaliate? Because they may do another version of January 6th.
So
Does that make
here
sense?
it does, but here's my other question. So I understand politically there I don't see any of his supporters changing and doing what they need to do and stand up to him. Okay. But on
Yeah.
the world stage where we have other countries, humanitarian, just like they stepped in
Mm, mm. For
when
Ukraine. Yeah, I got you. So that's the part. That's why I mentioned the part about Russia installing people in other countries or attempting to mess with other elections in
Mhm,
order to get their candidate installed. Um, NATO. So we have NATO. Um,
mhm,
if Trump continues this false posture towards Mexico and to Canada,
mhm,
I can see because Mexico did contemplate this under Enrique Fox. Um, they can join NATO.
mhm.
Then we have NATO to the north and south of us. And that's going to put us in a constant state of defense and seeking other allies out there.
Mhm,
Or, according to NATO and according to the UN, if you have civil unrest, so let's go back to Croatia and Bosnia.
mhm.
When Croatia and Bosnia happened, it was not the citizens inside the country that asked for the UN to do an investigation to verify if these human rights violations were happening. It was also the surrounding countries.
Yeah.
Surrounding countries can submit a request for there to be an intervention, an investigation on the behavior and conduct of a country. That is our only life-saving thing if things get so bad, other than just the heart and the oath of soldiers not taking the command. Other countries really can't do too much at this point because of the state of the world. And this is what I was talking to a former Foreign Service officer and military person. I don't know if you guys know Phil Mudd. Have you heard of Phil Mudd?
Mm-mm.
No,
I
I'm
have.
not familiar.
He's a commentator. He used to be FBI director. He used to be on CNN a lot. He's my adopted uncle. He adopted me a while ago. The issue is that when we think about how distracted everyone is going to be with Ukraine, right? You
Mhm,
have Russia, you have Yemen happening right now. When you have all these distractions going on, resources of foreign countries tends to get vacuumed up, and they can get tunnel vision on those specific things that they won't necessarily have the capacity to turn around and necessarily, especially on this level, to help another country out. Does that
Mm,
make sense?
it
It does.
does.
yeah,
It
absolutely.
makes
Can I can
perfect.
I can I jump in real quick? How you doing, Freedom? Thank you for
Hey,
being here. You're giving us so much information. But I wanted to ask, like, just recently, we came across the article about what happened in Yemen this weekend, and then what further information we just recently found, or I recently found out today, is that the whole war plan was leaked
I don't know if it's on Signal.
on Signal, on the back channel Signal. Has Hadscath, how do you say his name? Hadscath.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Texas.
Exactly. Yeah. So, what do you think is going to become of this? I mean, this is like intelligence, and it was leaked to a reporter that was not privy to any of the war plans, and it was actual plan to plan war plans of what they were going to do this weekend, and it was done.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's something we talked about when I was in college. So when I was in college, I went to George Washington University in Oxford, and George Washington University is literally next to the State Department and the White House. The buildings that are surrounding those two things are not just regular buildings. A lot of that is a university. And we were talking about that with Department of Defense representatives, a J5. That's going to be like a commanding officer at the Pentagon, a former J5. The issue is that people are seeing this as a way to, I guess you could say, retaliate um, against this administration.
Mhm.
And what this administration is going to do is they know good and well that there's going to be people who are going to try to exploit the situation
Mhm.
and expose it. I think that they are going to, first of all, one, they're going to start gutting the intelligence community more.
Mhm.
I can't talk too much more on that
Yeah,
because
let's
one of the
let's
reasons why we got our daughter a passport is because we were very involved in that community
yeah.
and we're
Let
now being targeted.
Yeah, let's table that. So we have to take a quick commercial break. I will say this, Freedom, we need you to come back and speak with us. If you are available uh, next week, this upcoming week, why don't you come back and let's finish this conversation because we have another
Well,
section of the show.
yeah, let me
If
just land the plane for her because I feel like I
absolutely.
didn't answer it. What you're going to see is after they got the intelligence community, the reason why they're going to do the things that they're doing to Yemen is because they want a free for all grab for resources, geopolitical, be it to an enemy, but more so geopolitical in order to get some kind of trade deal. Um, in other words, I want people to remember Khashoggi.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Do, what happened after that? The Abraham Accords.
Okay.
yeah,
You see what
yeah.
I'm saying? So something. This is the distraction.
Yeah, you're right.
Something is about to happen that's going to be much more strategic and
Hmm.
detrimental to national security
Yeah.
than what we're seeing happening in Yemen. And as horrible as Yemen is, we might see something even worse coming around the corner.
Whew. So
I'm
we
Heavy.
sorry.
thank.
I
That's
don't.
heavy.
I
I'm.
understand.
I'm.
I understand.
I'm a Virgo.
No,
You got
you you
you're a
you
straight
speaking
shooter,
you
and
speaking
you
exactly what people need to
yeah.
know because we wouldn't get this information. We're not privy to anything. I feel
Yeah.
like right now we are all living in one bubble. We coming up with assumptions. We don't know what's going on. We just kind of, I mean, common sense. But go ahead, Kitty. I
Yeah.
know we got to take a break and
Yes, we do have to take a quick commercial break. Freedom, once again, thank you so much for
thank you,
coming and
sis.
speaking with us. What I want you to do, we're going to put you back in the stage, but please stick around because afterwards, I do want to speak with you. Thank you so much. You are listening to
No
Our
problem.
Community
Thank you.
Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We will be right back after this quick commercial break. Thank you.
Yes.
Timeless elegance. Redefine class. Welcome to Morningstar Boutique by Tam, where fashion at its finest, fashion that brings out your inner cuteness, and styles that make you go, oh girl, where you get that from? Check me out at www.morningstarboutiquebytam or at ourplugs.com. Can't wait to see you.
Hello, fellow taxpayers. I'm Andre Martinez, and as the founding owner of EA Tax Pros, I can honestly tell you that our clients trust our team of highly skilled and experienced accountants. Why? Because we work with a passion to keep your money in your pockets, and we keep filing taxes simple, regardless of any situation. And let's be honest, taxes are not everyone's favorite. That's why, as a multi service accounting firm, our professional accountants have a deep understanding in all areas of accounting and as well as tax planning. preparation, and resolving your tax issues. We lead the way of effectively utilizing the tax regulations and IRS codes to help our clients clearly identify the path of their personal, nonprofit, and business goals. So, if you don't know how to start your business or your nonprofit, we welcome you to the EA Tax Pros team, and you will have access to our enrolled agents who have earned the highest certification of the IRS, as well as CPAs, certified acceptance agents, and QuickBooks certified pro advisors. So give us a call, 713 496 0262. Or you can visit us at ea-taxpros.com. So come join the team that taxpayers trust. Also, don't forget to check out ourplugs.com, a community built with culture.
And we are back. Thank you so much for being patient. We did run a little over, but that's okay. That's okay. WKRA 92.7, The Change. Thank you so much for listening this morning. We've had a wonderful conversation, some knowledge to the stage, and that's something that we all needed to hear. So we're going to bring up our next guest up will be Nancy, who is an airline captain and
Kitty, you there?
airport pilot instructor. Is that correct, DC?
Yeah, that's correct. Nancy
You
is
guys hear me?
yeah, we lost you there for a second,
Yeah,
DJ.
you froze up, Kitty.
But yeah, welcome to the stage,
Hi, Nancy. Welcome.
Nancy.
Hello, thank you.
Good morning. Go ahead, DC.
Yeah, Nancy is one of what I like to call one of the black unicorns out there in the aviation industry. We had the pleasure of working together for a couple of years, where she served as a airline captain and instructor for me, and she has a dynamic story about her career path, and again another superb representation for our young African American women that are seeking a career path in aviation. So I'll let Nancy tell us a little bit about herself.
All right, well, thank you guys for having me on. Like Daryl said, we worked together for a period of time, but my journey started a long time ago. My uncle was one of the first black FAA inspectors, and he's the one that actually got me into aviation. He had 6 sons, and none of them showed an interest in flying. And then I came along. So I picked his brain and learned everything I could. He connected me with some wonderful people in this field. And I've just basically been a sponge ever since. So I am a huge aviation nerd. But that's okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I started, gosh, I guess, I mean, I learned to fly. My uncle had already retired, so he didn't want to teach, but he hooked me up with really good instructors. And so, I did the path of private. I didn't go into the military. But I worked my way up through all my ratings. And my first flying job was flying a Shorts 360. And it's basically looks like a square box with wings. And so I started out there, worked my way into dispatch. And from there, dispatch is another amazing career. especially for
Absolutely.
people that get into flying that may lose their medical. To be a pilot, you have to have an FAA medical certificate.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have, there's so many different things that can knock you out of that, to where you lose your medical and you can no longer fly. So my mom always told me, don't ever be a one-trick pony. Diversify
Right.
yourself and
Yeah.
learn as many things as you can, because
Mm-hmm.
you never know what life's going to throw at you.
Absolutely.
So I got a dispatch license. I still have that to this day. It never expires. You just have to get current again. Um, but then I started moving up into different jets. I flew a CRJ 700. I've flown corporate aircraft,
I am
flown
having the
Hawkers.
worst.
Yeah, I've flown Hawkers, Citations. And then I got on a company called Ryan International Airlines, where I spent 17 years before they went out of business.
Wow.
And there I was a flight engineer on the 727, which you never see anymore, and flew the 757, 767, the MD-80 for them. And then when I came to work with Daryl, I started flying the 737. And I was a captain on the 737 there. Um, I love teaching, so I wanted to get into that side of the house. So graciously invited me in to come and work for him, and so I instructed. He made me a check airman and simulator check airman, and ultimately I became an APD, which is an aircrew program designee, which basically means I'm still employed by the airline that Daryl and I work for, but I also worked for the FAA. I did check rides on behalf of the FAA. So that was kind of the pinnacle of my career. But so I'm currently an instructor, a flight crew training instructor, for a major carrier here in the U.S. And I just love passing it, giving it back, passing it on. Um, and making sure everybody has the tools to stay safe and get everybody where they need to go from point A to point B without any problems.
That's amazing. Can I say shout out to the ancestors? When they made us, baby, when we were created something special. That is amazing work you're doing.
Yeah.
Amazing work. Any young people
Absolutely.
that's listening in our listening audience, listen, take notes. You can be anything you want to be. She is definitely setting up the bar high. How do you feel? Can I ask a question, DC? I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Oh, okay. How do you feel, like with today's climate going on with these airlines and these airplane incidents we're having where planes are going down? Like, I'm a person that loves to fly, but
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been scared lately. I mean, what's your thought on that?
Well, I mean, just like you've heard a lot of other aviation commentators say, it is still very safe.
Okay.
The number of flights that take place every single day, 365 days of the year, it's still safe.
Yeah.
It's safer than driving a car. But
Hmm, okay.
we're kind of we've kind of come to a point in aviation. There's several jobs in aviation where you have to retire at a certain age, and at the airline level, you have to retirement age is 65 for a pilot. And I've never really been on the maintenance side. I don't know if they have any type of age limitations, but air traffic control does as well. So, and us baby boomers being the largest generation, we're all reaching that point.
Right.
So you have such large numbers in maintenance and air traffic control pilots that are retiring. And you can't just go pluck 20 more years you can't just go pluck 20 years somewhere and put in place of that person, or 30
Mhm.
years.
Right.
So that's a lot of what we're seeing. I guess you could say it's kind of growing pains, but it's really difficult to say, well, we could have prevented that, because you know you really couldn't, almost. I mean,
Yeah.
Daryl knows, with the company that we worked at, if he knows he's got 20 captains that are going to retire, the company's not going to hire if those guys are going to retire in 10 years, the company's not going to go out and hire another 20 people to replace them or to get them in so they can sit for 10 years before those guys retire. You don't
Right.
overstaff to plan for, your retirements.
Right.
It's not feasible for a company to do so. So that's really kind of where we're at. And
Okay.
there's still the captains out there are phenomenal. They're out there doing it safe day in and day out. And, everybody also has to remember there's two people in an airplane for a reason.
Yeah.
We're there to
That's
back
right.
each
You
other
got a
up because,
co-captain and a captain,
yeah,
right?
we're all human.
Co-pilot. Right.
Yeah, and human beings make mistakes.
Right.
We don't we're not trying to go out and make mistakes, but that's why there's two of us to back each other up.
Yeah.
And I hope that they don't move forward with this single pilot stuff. I
Well,
really don't.
I hope not either, because that would just even distract me even more. But I can honestly say you made me feel a little bit more safe. Just talking to you today, I feel
There's
more confident.
phenomenal pilots out there.
Yes, ma'am. I believe that. Kitty, I see you made it back in.
Yeah. I really wanted to hear. I did turn on my other device, but StreamYard decided to kick me completely out, so I had to fight to get back in. I don't know, so I will be sending in a ticket. You know how life is.
Yeah.
But I did, Nancy, welcome. I did hear you. I did hear. I was listening from my other device while I was struggling to get back in. So thank you so much for all of your accomplishments. And yes, I do feel a little bit safer with flying. Just a tad bit. We still have.
Good. Nancy helped me a little bit today.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, because
Yeah,
I got to take
she's
a
been
flight
freaking
soon,
out.
and I've been.
She's been freaking out. Like we're getting on this plane.
We are getting on the plane.
Yes.
We're getting on the plane. Hey, I see, DC, you have another guest by the name of Kimmy. Would you like me to bring her in?
Please bring Kimmy up.
Yeah, let me bring Kimmy. I'm gonna bring Reggie in also, because we're getting low on time. So let's
we
get
have to
Reggie.
take
a break.
Yes, quick break.
Quick break, guys. We got y'all up here, so hang tight.
Just 1 second.
Welcome to Nutrition You Design. Finally, your place to really get to the bottom line of your health with our functional nutritionist Gail Thorpe on board. You have a caring practitioner to get to the root cause of your health concerns when all else fails. At Nutrition You Design, we specialize in women's health, anywhere from hormones, fibroids, menopause. We have you covered. With over 200 specialty lab tests, we are like your personal health detective. We offer customized meal plans, genetic testing, stress management, and a host of other offers to really get you healthy. Be sure to book your consultation at nutritionyoudesign.com or give us a call at 877-898-5130. You can also find us at ourplugs.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
And we are back. Like I said, a quick break.
Quick.
So we are back. Welcome, Kimmy. And Reggie. Welcome.
Hello.
That's the Community Connection. Good
Hello.
morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Yes, I like to introduce Kimmy. Kimmy and I, we met in the Atlanta airport years ago. And I don't know if Kimmy remembers that story, but another dynamic person that has been a pinnacle of success in this business. And Kimmy, tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey.
I have no sound.
We can hear you.
We can hear you, but if she has no sound, she's not. That's what I was experiencing. We're going to have to bring Kimmy back because I know she's not going to know how to navigate through this. This is StreamYard. Let's go ahead and drop Kimmy down.
Okay, I'll bring her back. Let me type her a message.
Yeah, send her a message. You are listening to Our Plugs, the community connection. Sometimes we run into issues, but it's okay because we are going to figure it out. We still have a dynamic show, and hopefully, Kimmy can join us next week so that we can hear from her. It's StreamYard. It is not us. As we all know, technology will do whatever technology wants to do, and it's all we can do is just try and roll with the punches. Thank goodness we have a strong team who knows to pick up. Thank you, Mrs. Morningstar. Kimmy, you can hang out. Hopefully, we can talk to you after the show. Just hold on. Hopefully, she heard that. My goodness, my goodness. DC, we do have Reggie here as well.
Absolutely. Welcome, Reggie.
Reggie, now you're on mute. So you can hear us. And we can
Hello,
hear you. Yeah, there
WKRA
we go.
audience. Hi,
My
everybody.
goodness.
This morning, Star DJ Kitty, DC.
Hey, my brother. How you
Hi,
doing, Reggie?
Nancy. Hey, everybody. And Freedom. Wow, what an awesome lineup of guests you have blessed us with today, Daryl. Thank you. This has been a deep dive, really amazing in a short time. I've just enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, I think, one of the messages that we want to get out, and it's something that I've always been a proponent of, is when you can see representation, you know that the goal is achievable. And via Nancy and via Kimmy, there's such a low percentile of African American women in aviation. I don't want to do a disservice by putting a number out there, but I would say it's probably in the 5 percentile range.
Mm.
And when you see people like Nancy and Kim walking through the terminal with those 4 stripes on their arm, when you look up in the cockpit and you see Kimmy and Nancy in that left seat making all the decisions about your journey to your destination, it should make everyone feel proud, because not only are they accomplishing goals within their own self-motivation, they're overcoming boundaries and barriers that are out there that preclude success. So these two ladies always have hats off from me. I have the utmost respect for them and their accomplishments, and if I call them for advice. We chit chat all the time about things that are happening in the industry, and their words of gold with me.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. It's too bad we can't pick our pilots when we're flying. I'm just saying. I mean, they always say that it's something, but I think I want me a female or male Black pilot. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna
I agree.
these are the opinions and thoughts that I'm expressing, and I'm quite sure my brothers and sisters feel the same way, because we know that we have to work twice, 3 times as hard. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. And I'm very proud to know you all and to meet you, Nancy. And Kimmy, you'll be back, because we have to hear from you guys. I want you guys to know that we've been on the air for a couple months now, and the guys have been running the show as far as the leaders. And
Not
so
anymore.
finally, well, Reggie kicked it off. He brought in a female, and now we finally have some more females coming in. So we really appreciate you guys taking out the time to come and talk to us and come and talk to the community. We need to hear it. Those young people, they need to hear it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I say something real quick?
Absolutely.
I mean, especially to all the younger people that are listening, you know, this is not a give me. I mean, Kim and I know each other as well. And Kim worked really hard too. Kim and I, we had jobs doing things that we don't ever want to go back and do again, but we worked our way up. And, even with flight training, you know, my parents didn't have the money to write out a blank check for me to go fly. And so we had to work and piece it together as we went. But the biggest thing I want to say is, when you're working on it, I mean, you gotta stay in the books. There's things that you're gonna have to give up to achieve this. And, Daryl knows, I mean, when I started working, first started working together, you know, I remember he told me, he's like, hey, you know, stay in the books because you're going to be upgrading to captain really soon, and
Right.
every time a new opportunity came, he would tell me, and, he's like, stay in the books, stay in the books. And he knows I'm just one of those people. I don't wait and start studying a month before I have to go to recurrent training. I'm always looking over something and always learning.
That's
It's just something you got to do to stay on
Absolutely.
top of everything,
Absolutely.
So
I wanna request my own pilots. I'm sorry.
I do too.
I want to
I mean,
request. Can
can we get some apps created where we can pick our own
own
pilot?
There
pilots?
you go.
You got you
There we
got
go.
Great
you
idea.
got two of the best right there.
Okay. Now
Two of the
Kimmy
best.
Kimmy has joined
Kimmy has
us.
made it back.
Yes,
awesome.
yes. So Kimmy, let's go ahead and get you. Let's hear from you this morning.
Well, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
My name's
Sorry
Kim.
about that.
Oh, no worries. My name's Kim. I'm also a pilot. I'm a captain at a major air carrier, and I'm also what we call a part-time pilot and simulator instructor. So I also work in the training center, such as my good friend Nancy. I have been in this industry for 29 years.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
I've been a pilot 5. I started flying 25 years ago, and I've done many things, but this is probably by far the best job I've ever had. It can be sometimes most taxing, could be stressful at times, could be a little thankless at times, but at the end of the day, it's a career. So, you have ups and downs, just like, ebbs and flows of the river. But at the end of the day, it pays off. So I started in, this is my 5th carrier I work for. I've done everything but throw bags. Well, I guess I kind of did. Customer service agent. I've been a flight attendant. I've flown corporate. I've had to use my degrees because, you got to pivot at times. So I've had jobs outside of aviation. And I've been current employer for I just started 11 years. So
that's amazing.
It's
I'm so very, very, very proud to see Black female pilots.
Excellent.
Female pilots. This is excellence. Excellence. WKRA 92.7, The Change. Are you listening, viewers? Are you listening, listeners, rather? Are you listening to this? We have Black female pilots, and this is amazing and so good to see and so needed. So all of you out there that want to get into aviation, please go to Our Plugs. We're going to ask these beautiful young ladies to put their information into Our Plugs, and let's get these young folks, let's get them engaged. Let them see that if Nancy and Kim can do it, our young ladies that are coming up and young men that are coming up, they can do it as well. You ladies are so inspiring, and I'm so very proud to meet you. And I pray that you guys come back. We've got about 5 minutes left. We've got a full panel, so I do want you guys to say, 30 seconds. And I know it was short, but you ladies will come back because I feel like we need to have just a ladies' day. I'm just saying. Let's give our accolades.
I like that, ladies. The ladies' day. I like that.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Where
we have the whole day to just kind of
yes,
we can network and talk.
Yes, and talk. And I think that it's needed, and we need to engage with the youth because they need to see that not only it's an opportunity, but we have people that you can actually talk to and meet that can give you some of the wisdom that you need along the way, because it's not easy. If it were easy, everybody would be able to do it.
Exactly.
I can't fly a plane.
You could. You could.
I can barely get on the plane. Let's just be honest. I know my strength. Take it off the plane.
You just got
Okay.
good though, but you just got to relax. That's it.
If I had to get up there and somebody in my ear telling me because the plane is about to go down, I could do that, but I don't want to. So I'm going to be quiet, and DC, you go ahead and let's roll out because we've got about 5 minutes left, and we're going to bring Freedom back up as well so she can say her last 30 seconds.
Again, I just want to emphasize how proud I am of both of these ladies. How they've been an inspiration to me. They've both been in my very close social circle, and I can count on both of those whenever I need to make a phone call, need some advice, need some feedback. I know these are the two ladies I can reach out to. So again, I just want to say I'm proud to know you.
Thank you. Hey, that goes both ways. And I do want to give a shout out to Daryl because we need more people like Daryl out there that are in positions to make a difference.
Ditto.
So thank you, my brother.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I'm proud to have worked for you and to call you a friend.
Thank you.
I'm really thankful to know both of them. I've come behind them, but there's never a time, and it's really a testament to understanding what your network is. Creating a strong network, one that works for you, one that they'll hold you accountable when you need to be, give you your flowers when you need to get them, and tell you, hey, pull your bootstraps up because you are not doing what you need to be doing. And so I'm really thankful to have them as part of my circle, my aircraft, airplane, flight family, whatever you have it, because, I didn't do this by myself. My dad always taught me that. My dad was a pilot and many moons ago, and he's like, you did not get where you are by yourself.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely. Reggie, would you like to say a few words before we get off?
Certainly. Seeing it is knowledge that it is possible, and seeing you guys today confirms the fact that, our youth can sit in your seats one day and can, continue to blaze the trail that you guys have initiated. I'm just so happy that I've been able to witness this. And Freedom, you have been just a one-person inspiration. I so enjoyed listening to you, and I can't wait to have you all come back so that I can hear more. I can't wait. It's like, just watching a trailer. It's like, I got to see that movie.
Absolutely. That's it. This was the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Freedom. Can you, any last words before we end the show?
Yeah. So one of the things that I just ask people to do is in these times, one of the things they want is for us to not look at each other or to be isolated and to distrust everyone. That's what they want.
Correct.
And how to counter that is by not only, and as Black women, we tired, y'all. We tired. But we have to still stand strong in some areas, so we retract in other areas. We have to sometimes be that matriarch of our community to help make sure that people get home safe, to make sure people are understanding their environment and lifting them up when necessary. If we stay divided and we don't come together as a community, be it BIPOC and allies, we are easier pickings.
That's right.
That's the right.
No one will know you're gone missing if you don't have if you've gone missing, if you have no one who loves you or no one you're checking in with.
Exactly.
So please just stay connected. Don't retract. Right now, we need the bonds between us to be harder and stronger than ever and more reliable.
Thank you so much.
Over.
Amen.
Thank you
Amen.
so much. Go
Well
ahead,
said.
Morningstar.
You know what? I'm like a kid in a candy store. I am in love and love. I love, and I love my community. I love my Black people. So let's keep growing and being great, guys. Freedom said it all.
Absolutely. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection. We have started this Tuesday off with a beautiful panel. You guys go enjoy this day, connect, touch grass, tell your loved ones that you love them, and stay strong. We will get through this like we get through everything else as a family, as a strong family unit. You guys stay safe. We will see you guys tomorrow when we talk about mental health in relationships.
Yes.
See you then.
Don't hang up, guys. Y'all stay tight.
Hey, y'all. It's DJ Kitty.
And Miss Morningstar.
We are here from Our Plugs, the Community Connection, and we will be your new morning host on WKRA 92.7 The Change.
Yes, we will be broadcasting Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time.
We'll also be streaming on YouTube at Our Plugs LLC.
Be sure to tune in.